So you're all excited having bought a new bike. What is your next decision? Are you wondering if you should spend even more money on PPF? At the end of this video, you will be able to make your decision with conviction. Welcome. This is the place where I'll be sharing information and experience relevant to biking in general and KTM 390 in particular. This is just the start. We Indians have a very strong, almost genetic urge to protect our belongings with plastic, whether it's the new dining chair, the TV remote, or any other item. Or even shrink wrapping our car and bike. Oh, I mean, applying PPF. And honestly, I couldn't resist the urge either. I got my new bike covered in PPF. Today I am walking you through exactly why I made this decision, the pros and cons, and whether the invisible armor is actually worth the hard-earned cash. Let's address the elephant in the room, the cost. Good quality PPF is not cheap. We are paying a premium for the peace of mind. Is this invisible armor worth the price? Critics will quickly point out that a good PPF job costs just as much, if not more, than the repainting of the bike. So down the line get it repainted. Why not just ride it, scratch it, and repaint it? The purists argue that the factory paint is irreplaceable. But what is the pragmatic view? To know this, first, what is this film? Where did it come from and how does it work? PPF didn't start in high-end detailing studios. It came from the battlefield. During Vietnam War, the US military noticed helicopter blades were getting destroyed by debris during takeoff. The downtime and the financial losses were massive. Their solution? A jugaad. Slap a sacrificial layer of polyurethane plastic over the blade. The plastic took the hits, got torn up, however it could be quickly peeled off and replaced. This not only reduced repair cost, but it also drastically reduced the downtime. This film later made its way to protect cars and bikes. So it is essentially like a bulletproof vest for the bike's paint. Just as a bulletproof vest takes the damage to absorb the impact of bullet, thereby protecting the wearer, PPF takes the rocks and the abrasion. It gets damaged so that the bike's paint doesn't have to. So today it works the exact same way for our bikes as it did for the helicopter rotor blades. Here is the USP of PPF made of TPU, that is polyurethane. Modern gloss PPF is self-healing. Leave it in the hot sun, pour hot water, or just wet a heat gun, and the elastometric polymers literally realign, vanishing swirl marks and light scratches right before your eyes. Coming back to the option of just repainting instead of PPF, if you choose the repainting route, the bike starts accumulating scratches on the day one. You live with an increasingly scratched bike for 5 to 7 years, repaint it so it looks pristine for one day, and the cycle of scratching begins again. With PPF, your bike looks pristine every single day. Many people think that PPF can be kept on the vehicle for as long as it looks good. But you must remove it or replace it within 7 to 10 years. Leave it any longer and the adhesives harden, risking your paint peeling off along with the PPF. But why apply PPF on an ADV or an Enduro bike? These bikes use soft plastic. Great for taking off-road impacts without shattering, but an absolute magnet for scratches. The white panels look old and battered very quickly when dust settles into those deep scratches. I didn't want my bike to look aged within a few months, so I PPF'd the white and orange sections. I skipped the petrol tank to save money, as those complex curves make application a bit more tricky, and also it requires a significantly more expensive matte PPF. Then there is the white bike problem. If you have a lot of white on your bike like I do, the edges of the PPF will collect dirt, and this does become visible against the white. Worse, over 3 to 5 years, the film will start to yellow, just as the clear case on our smartphones. Again, this yellowing will be visible on the white panels. Adding the ceramic or wax coat on top of PPF helps repel dirt to a certain extent, but it's not a 100% cure. On a side note, ceramic coating on its own is not an alternative to PPF, because though it makes the vehicle look far better than PPF ever can, ceramic coating does not protect against impacts or rocks. For that, you need PPF to act as a physical barrier. There are also some washing restrictions after applying PPF. Forget automatic brush washes. Even with the pressure washer, you have to be careful around the edges. So the bike should be washed only with a pH neutral soap, as acidic cleaners can degrade the self-healing top coat. So there are multiple factors that need to be considered when arriving at a decision for applying PPF, like the cost, the conditions you ride in, the look that you want, etc. If you do decide to go with PPF, you are probably agonizing over which brand to buy. Stop. It's not the brand that's the most important consideration. Most top tier brands are chemically identical. What we are actually paying for is the installer. You need an enclosed dust controlled bay, an experienced technician, a solid service guarantee. You aren't just buying plastic, you are paying for skill and labor. After applying PPF for a couple of days, keep an eye on any edges that are peeling off. Mine did have a couple of places where it was beginning to peel. This was fixed in a few minutes by reapplying heat. Ultimately, your bike tells a story, your story. Some want the rugged battle-scarred Enduro look. Some prefer keeping the showroom shine even on trails. Are you team PPF or team let it get scratched? Drop your comments and questions below. Subscribe for more. Ride hard and ride safe.